Okay, so the next method is I want to write the button. So click on the button. So you need to get all these button names. How can you get all these button names? How can you print this? So basically, I am writing multiple test methods here. That is the main objective. That's why I'm taking multiple scenarios in this. So how can you get all these button names, right? So just right click, inspect, see that what is the common, okay? So the common code for all these buttons, right? Button, class jet button, okay? Class jet button. And so the next one, you see that, what is the next button? So what is the, again, button tag you have? So class jet button. So you have a, class is common. So if you want to get a group of elements, any one locator should be common. So now I found here the class is common. Based on the class, I'll fetch all these buttons into my collection. So first you to reach this page, then you do that. So let's go and do the same code, whatever we did yesterday. And I'm going to do this ZK demo. Same code, right? So we are repeating the code, almost a similar code. Till here, it's common. I'm writing another test method. So one more test method I'm writing. So here you change this to button test. So description, fetching all the button names. First, started executing this one and button test. Okay. Next, click on. So which one you need to click?
Button.
So button. Just click on the button. It's a link.
Button link.
So go and click on this button link. So change here also to button. Change here also to button. So change here also to button. Okay, and so automatically this will button BTN button page title. That's it. So then, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, breadcrumb. Okay, a breadcrumb you can keep it, not a problem. Okay, so breadcrumb you can keep it, but let's see what this is the same or not. So compare this. So you're moving to this one. So this, right, and you see that whether it is recognizing or not. So it's going to recognize. You don't need to worry about that. So just write the text path. See, that's the one. So you don't need to write every time, and it is going to recognize that. Okay. And now, so that verification also, breadcrumb verification also you are doing. The next one is, what is the next step? You need to fetch all these button names. So how can you fetch all the button names?
String equal to driver.find elements by.tag name button.
There are so many tags, madam. So why are you worrying only this tag? You're thinking only these are the buttons. There are other buttons also there in the page. I don't want other buttons. I want only these things. This section. Just now I have shown you, na?
Yeah, class. Class.
Class is common only for class for these elements only, not for other elements. Or you construct an XPath. So generic but tags don't take. So if you take tag, no, if some other elements are there with the button, those elements also will come, right? I don't want them. You got my point?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why you have to take exactly that section. What is a common locator? So web element and button list equal to driver dot find elements. So by dot class name, give the class value. Okay. So how many class elements, how many elements with this value, all will come and store in this collection list. That's it. Next. So you print them, you iterate. So if you want no number of buttons.
Reporter.log.
System.out. You have written system.out.
Reporter.log we have to write.
So reporter.log, yeah. We'll write a reporter.log. So number of buttons. So you can just give collection.
Button list dot size.
That size method.
Size method.
Next. So you need to iterate it. So use for loop or for each loop to iterate that to print each element text. So each element text you need to print. So int I equal to 1. So I less than or equal to
Button list size method.
n list
Semicolon I plus plus.
dot size and I plus plus. Okay, so then you print this button name. Dot get of I dot get text. That's it.
System.out.println also will work, sir, for TestNG. Only reported.
Why not? But you want this will print only in the console, but not in the reports. If you want in the reports, you need to use this one. Okay.
Okay.
That's the only difference. System.out.println for console, not for reports. Reports, this output you won't see. If you want to see in the reports, just add this code.
Okay.
So I'm not printing here in the console, this with the reporter.log. I'm going to print only to logs only, reports, reporter.log. So that's the one test case. Next. So one more test case. So checkbox test. So checkbox test, basically what it does is, here also this is the important concept. You have to check all the checkboxes.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Hmm?
Sir, here get text means it written type is a string, no, sir.
Hmm.
We have
Then
to
what?
store some variable.
Why you want to store in the print? Written type methods you can print, right?
Hmm.
Written type methods you can print, right?
You can print some.
Huh? Better you join Java methods already over that also, or listen one more time in the video, methods video. Okay?
Okay.
This many classes you listen and you are forgetting again. The written type method is giving the output too. Output you can print, right, in the print statement or reporter.log anywhere, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And why are you missing that basic, fundamental, core basic point? This is not good, Harshini. Not at all good. The core basic point you are missing. So suddenly, what is this? I didn't expect this from you. Very, very silly question. Not normal silly also. So many batches you listen and you are coming back to again the beginning. Or A. You are coming to A. What is this, madam? The return type methods, any return type method. What is meant by return type method? They are giving a value. I am printing that. Okay. So here I need to click on the checkbox. So here checkbox link, you click it. So this checkbox link, you need to click it. This one, it's a link again. So you click on the checkbox link. So it will go to that page. So this is the checkbox page. Even this code is repeating, you can create a method also. That's up to you. So now fetch all the checkboxes into collection. So checkboxes into collection. Here, checkbox list. So first let me show you the scenario, okay? Then you will get a context. See, these are the checkboxes. So why you are fetching all of them into collection is I want to check all these checkboxes one by one. So how can you check that? So that purpose I am fetching first into my list. Then I will iterate and I will click on the one by one. Collection.get of I.click method I will use. So it will go and click one by one. So when I add this, the data will change here every time. The data will change. So that this data I need to fetch. So how can you fetch that? So if you want every iteration after you want to get a text, it's up to you. You can print same in the print statement in the for loop. It will print one by one. First select, then the value will fetch. Second box, the value will fetch. So that's how you can even assert also. Even you can assert also. But first of all, let's understand what is the code here. See, input type checkbox. Okay, type checkbox. So next one also, but there is ID and some other things. ID you should not use here. ID is going to change that every time. So you should not use ID. So the common thing I found, the type. Type is common. Type attribute is common. Based on the type attribute, I'll construct an XPath. So that XPath, let's use that. So let's go here, fetch. So write XPath. Double forward slash star square bracket @ type equal to why I'm so writing type the common attribute. So because I'm getting a group of elements, anytime you are getting a group of elements, you must use a common attribute value or a common locator or a common XPath or a common CSS selector, anything, the common locator you have to write. So that the find elements method will find all the elements with this XPath in this browser. That will come and store here. So now it will store here. So I can iterate, right? I can iterate checkbox list. So dot size, so number of checkboxes. So this size dot, this collection dot size I++. If, okay, so if, so see how I'm writing, if that checkbox is not checked, how can you say the checkbox is not checked or selected or not checked? How do you, which method you need to call?
Is selected.
Is selected method you have to use. So dot get of I dot is selected. That means I'm saying if it is not selected, I want. So negation I'm going to write. If it is not selected, then you click it. So then you need to click on that. So element dot click method. If it is not checked, then you click it. This is the logics you need to remember. That's a very, very, very important. So these kind of logics only improves your coding. So if you understand this, what I'm doing here, understand. If this checkbox, first one checkbox will come, right? That checkbox is not selected, then go and click on this. Then it will check, right? It will check. So that loop will iterate. If you want to print, print it. If you want to print, print that. So I want to print that. So that checkbox, maybe I want to print here, not this one, this one. I want this text I want to print. So first, how can you get this text? So first you
identify the before one you have selected.
You have selected, you identify this. Span tag. See, there are spaces, a lot of spaces, but you can ignore these spaces with a normalized space or a contains text. Any one you can use. So I'm going to use contains text. I'll write outside or let me write here only, so that every time you get the text, so that driver dot find element, so by dot XPath, the XPath value. The XPath value is, so double forward slash star square bracket contains of text function, comma, single quote. So then forward slash following is as span tag is there. So then that span tag dot get text method. So I'm getting the text. So that text I'm going to print it here. So I can write this entire thing here only, but this is a very big. That's why I'm writing here in the storing, and I'm again printing the TX. Selected checkbox value. Okay. Selected checkbox value is, so I'm going to print every time. So this is the one thing. And also you can write here wait commands. So wait dot until expected conditions.
No.
So visibility of element located. So by dot XPath. So give this XPath. So you are waiting for this element. So if it is available, it doesn't wait even so nanoseconds also. So you have to be very careful. If it is not waiting, so give them some thread dot slip, because this tag will be available automatically, right? So that's why it might not wait. So make sure you need it. So exactly some wait time. So it is taking, after clicking on, it is taking some time. So just add some thread dot slip here, or 1 second or something like that. So that will help you. Okay, the last method I want to write for the day is radio button. So you need to select these radio buttons. So let's go and get the same code. So radio button test. Select radio buttons. Why it is throwing error here? Okay, not plus comma. And comma, not plus only, plus comma.
True.
Still we are getting, what is that? This one plus txt.
Is there space between the parentheses and semicolon, Ramesh?
It didn't end. So method is not ended.
Okay.
Okay, so now radio button test. Okay, so radio button. Okay, so breadcrumb also is a common. Now, so we need to select one by one radio button. Okay, select. So which radio button? So click on this. Click on this. So performance radio button I want to select. So performance radio button, if you want to select, first I need to identify this performance label. So label tag. To identify the performance radio button. Select performance radio button. So if you want to select performance radio button, so I need, so driver dot find element by dot XPath. So I can say text function, right? So text function equal to the value. So dot, sorry, still we have a, let me write then So dot also. We were getting this. Forward slash preceding is as
Yes.
input tag. So that's the first element dot click method. So why it's not showing? Okay, find elements.
Elements.
Find elements. That's it. Okay, I clicked on that. So let's remove all these things. So we don't need them. So we don't need. So once you click on this, understand here. So what is happening here? Let's understand. So once you select this feature value will get updated here. If I select backward compatibility, the value will change. So how can you get this dynamic value, which is changing every time? So first you have to identify the feature. Identify the feature, same way how we did. So these are also spaces are there. So just take feature text. So, and I'm going to identify the feature text. So following, then the span. So you wait for this. Okay, I'm waiting, and also wait for the presence of element located also. I'll do that. Wait for the presence of element located. Presence of element located. Element located.
It says elements.
Here also visibility of element located. Okay, so then get the text of that. So that text I'm going to fetch it. So get text. So I'm printing this, I'm storing here, but I'll give exact name, feature text. Okay, feature text. So feature text value. Just put it here, that value. Same way you repeat for the next three. So the next one you're, so what you're doing, you're selecting the, this is missing. So next select which radio button. I want to select forearm radio button. So just follow the same. Just give here forearm. Everything similar. So just forearm. So here it will change now, right? Here this will change. So what is this? This one is a website. So that one is a website. So you just give website value. That's it. So here you change that text also to website. So next one, so what we are selecting next, developer guide. I'll select this developer guide. So what is the next value? The documentation. So this value we want. Let's get this documentation. Well, so the documentation. That's it. So documented text value. Okay, that's all. Let's go and run the program. So how to run this program? Just run as TestNG test. So which order it is going to execute? Let's observe that. And did we give the URL? But it did open the URL. Failed. Failed exception able to establish. So what is the URL? We missed it. Before class itself, we were missing, unable to establish WebSocket. Okay. Yeah, fetching all, check all checkboxes, select radio buttons, and use this documentation text. Okay, correct only. Why it is not before class new Chrome driver? Absolutely perfect. Why it is not running?
Sir, I was getting the exact error.
Same, sir, for me also.
Same with
That's why
me,
I'm running
Ramesh.
Edge
But-
browser.
Yeah.
No, for me in the Chrome
Not
browser.
even, not even
Yesterday
Chrome.
we also same issue, sir.
Yeah, since morning
Chrome
I've
not execution this program, sir. Edge browser it is working.
not even Chrome. Chrome is even not working.
Yeah, even Chrome not
Yes,
working.
sir.
Only Edge
Yes.
browser is working.
Okay, Firefox.
I didn't try.
Not
sir.
sure about that.
Edge is tried, sir. Before.
Try
Not working.
Yeah, that port number is not working. It's saying 5949.
Failed.
We need to see if there's a new changes or it broken.
Mhm.
IO exception.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Chrome driver security considerations. Keeping Chrome driver safe. Please see. Already status code 403 forbidden. Failed connection. Release WebSocket. So what you can do is immediately take this error. Okay, take this error. Go to Google.
Yeah, I tried that way.
They were saying to add options, Ramesh. That
Wow. Server, yeah, actually.
that part worked, Ramesh. That Chrome options part worked. That one, yeah. But not sure what that means.
So let's try, because these are the changes keep happening. Okay, that
Mhm.
might be a problem.
Yeah.
So if it didn't work, and we'll switch on to Edge browser. Anywhere we need to test, any browser is fine.
Even
Yeah, worked. That's a solution. So still 2 test cases are failed. 2 passed, 2 failed. What are 2 failed? Index out of bounds exception. Index 5 out of bounds for the file. Okay. See that all these exceptions, please remember that, okay? Index out of bounds. So index 11 out of 11. You can go here and see that, okay? The line number 109. So I will use less than. Okay, let's use less than. But it should be 1 only, but why it is? It should come right. Okay. First one is not selecting, right? So you observe that first one is not selecting. All are passed, but first one is not selecting, not checking the checkbox. So we might need this one. You have to start with 0 if you give. So get up 0. Let's get started. Because it starts with the collection starts with 0, right? First element. Okay, so that's the main concept. So some security concerns, fine. Username. So it's going to fail. So let's, okay. If you go to, if you go to this failed test cases, you can run only failed test cases. See, no such window exception, because I closed the window, right? So that's why it is throwing a no such window exception. So timeout exception. So let's run this again. Okay, I'll explain a few more things, concepts here. I want to prioritize. Now, which order it is executing? So did you observe
Alphabetical order of the method name.
alphabetical order, right? Alphabetical order, first button is executing, then checkbox, then radio button, last tweet is executing, right? So now I will change the order. So I want to run first this one. First this one I want to execute. How can you prioritize this?
You have to give priority.
Priority
One-
equal to
1 to
Priority equal to 1.
1.
So you can give like this. You give like this, and you can so run which order you want. So you can prioritize your test cases, comma, priority equal to 2. Then, comma, priority equal to 3. So, comma, priority equal to 5. So 4 or 5, whichever is, it doesn't matter, not necessary order. Okay.
Okay.
So we can give any number, but lowest number will schedule first. This is the one I want to cover. Let's execute now. First tweet will execute. So something changed. I think some functionality is changed in the Twitter.
We have to identify this edit box and we have to give some value and we have to next button. Sir. Yesterday and places.
Failures. So that first one, that visibility of element located, line number you observe, feed pop-up, line number 17. So this password is not visible there. So after this, so what you are getting, you need to observe that. Let's go to the site. Feed pop-up. You click on this. What happened? It's loading. Okay. So then you're typing here. Oh, you're getting a next button. So there is no password. Why it is like
After that, sir. After that, it is password also is there, sir.
So if
again you have to click
Ah.
one. It's not going.
It is incorrect, sir. Username. It is incorrect. Please try again.
That's it. My value is this one. Okay,
Username.
whatever it is, I'll reduce the code. Okay, so we don't want to stuck here. So what I'll do, I will cut down this. So till first entering the value only, I'll keep it. So remove this. Maybe this also will change now, right? This also will change. I want to close it. Okay, so let's go and run this. Only failed test cases, how can you? Let me show you that. I will cover this scenario. How to run only failed test case. So you corrected now. So how to run failed test case? Go to your project, test output, and you can see here
failed.
Failed TestNG failed.xml will be there. Okay, here will be there. TestNG failed.xml. See that? ZK demo test in this class include before method, before class, tweet pop-up. See, only failed test case only showing here. Now right click and run this. Run this as suit. Because the XML file means it's a suit file. You don't need to run all of them again. Only one is enough. right? That's it. So this is how to run the failed test cases. So even you failed some test cases, you will get a XML file. So go to test output folder, there you can see the failed test case. Okay, so I want to cover a few more topics here. One, we covered the description, data provider keyword, priority keyword I covered, right? Now I want to cover, I don't want to run this. So enabled
Equal to false.
False.
false. So then this is not going to be worked out. And I want to run this multiple times. Invocation.
Count. Invocation count equal to 3. So I want to run this 3 times. And timeout. Timeout to 3 seconds, it has to finish this method. So that's it. Let's run this. I covered how many keywords now? So one is enabled equal to false, priority equal to true, priority equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see, same checkbox test is running 3 times. Total 5 pass. So that's the how you can run one test case, same test case multiple times by giving the invocation count equal to 3. 3 times this checkbox is executed. Now let's go and see the results. So where you can see the results, you can go take the emailable report, copy this and paste it in the, so here. See that checkbox 3 times, radio button, tweet. But which one is skipped here? Which one is skipped now?
Checkbox is there.
Button, right? Button one, right? We skipped it.
The timeout one.
Enabled equal to, we have given enabled equal
Oh,
to
yeah.
false.
False.
So where you can find that? You can find it out here. I will add that solution for this. See, ignored methods, button test. So XML file, see total 5. 3 times because invocation count we called on this test method. That's why 3 times it executed. Then radio button. Timeout is not considered. Why? Because it is finishing before 3 seconds. So that is the reason. So how
Okay.
I can make it fail? So you give red dot slip here. 2 seconds. Then it won't finish definitely, right?
Yeah.
So then it will fail automatically. Or otherwise add here. After all. See, it failed. So you go and refresh here, just refresh, that's enough. See, radio button test is failed. What is the reason? Thread timeout exception. Method test ZK demo radio button, they didn't finish within the timeout 3000 milliseconds. So that's how we can see that. 4 passed, 1 failed. And same here also, this you can see, just refresh. Every time you don't need to copy the report, one time. See the clear exception also, you will get it. And failed one in red color.
Okay, so passed. So the failed is 1. Okay, so that's all about this. How to cover all these no. So the @test keywords. I covered all @test keywords here. So let's move on to the next scenario. Parameters annotation. So @parameters annotation. I have shown you @data provider. So now I'm going to cover here @parameters annotation. So depends on methods. Let's cover. Okay, we have less time. I'll cover the groups. Okay, so groups. Even you can group the test cases here only. These are also I can group it. So let me group this. So groups equal to regression. I will remove this. Okay, I'll remove this smoke. So I will add this to regression. So I will add this to radio button. I will add it to smoke. Now, so groups is there, right? Now, if it is there is a groups, you have to create a XML file. So let's go and create the XML file for this class. So how to create XML file? Convert to TestNG. So groups suit groups test. The XML file I'm going to give maybe the root directory, or you want to give in this package, how you want. Location. So I'll change this to groups. So groups testng.xml file. So here I created. So this one you need to, there is no groups here, right? Now I'm going to add groups. So groups inside you have to add run. So next to run inside you have to add include tag. What you want to include? So I want to include only smoke. So I want to exclude
Regression.
regression. So this is how you're going to control it. Just if you create a suit file, you have to right click on the suit file, run as TestNG suit. So I can understand why this is. So why it didn't trigger is because you have to make sure if there is a before class and after class is there in your class. So what you need to do here is go to all the annotations. Okay, so you can see that. So because the null pointer exception, because the before class, after class, it didn't execute. That is the reason. So what you need to do here is in the before or every annotation always run equal to true if you get. So this is a mandatory if you are running with the groups. Okay, now let's see now. See now it is going to before class first. Buttons or radio button only executed. But anyhow, one failed. Wantedly we are making fail this one. Okay. Now go and refresh this project. See, you got a test output folder inside. Can you see here a groups suite? Before default suite. Now groups, your suite name you have given a groups suite. That's why that folder is generated. Now copy this file and go to the browser. See that first one failed. That's okay. You can see that. See, include groups, smoke, excluded groups, regression. So this is passed. You can see the output also. You can see the output also. So this is the one. And also this one, if you want, just refresh. See, you can see clear your reports. And also you can see your XML report, the suite file. Your suite name is group suite. Your test tag is group suite. So this is the how you can get it. And also you have a refresh. Emailable report is common. See, included groups, smoke, excluded groups, regression. So this is how. And I want to run only regression. Then what you can do, just go to the groups place in this, you write a exclude and you write include here. That's it, automatically it changed. So now right click and run the package, the suite. You have to right click and where? XML suite file, remember, not on the class. XML suite file, you have to right click and run it. Okay, so that's it. So all the keywords I covered, only always run equal to true also I covered. Depends on method is pending. So that I'll cover tomorrow. Any questions?
Ramesh, can you please explain the last part which you said, like the groups with the groups?
So basically groups is you have multiple test cases made up. In the functional testing, this is a mandatory concept. What you need to do tomorrow, basic functionality, first you have to check. That's what we learned in the manual testing, right? The smoke testing means. So before you get a build, first you will execute a basic test cases. You cannot execute all of them at a time, right? So whether the build is stable or not, you need to check that. How can you check? Just executing the very basic functionality. That is what smoke test cases. And you categorize your test cases. Your test is your test case. Your test is your test case, not other things. Whatever you write test, that method is a one test case. Before class or after class, these are not test cases. Those are configurations, just the preconditions for your test method. So that you are categorizing first in your TestNG classes. Okay, first you have to do categorization. That categorization after, then you create a suite file. Once you have a groups, you need to create a suite file mandatorily. Okay, so then which group you want to run, that you are controlling here. So groups, exclude this smoke, include only group regression. That means while running this suit from this class, only run regression. That's your instructing. Are we good?
Okay.
So if you put exclude and you are excluding that.
So we can write n number of times include or exclude, right? So if we want both, like it doesn't happen, but if we want both also, we can give include both or include or like that.
Yeah, you can write.
Okay.
So if you want both, you don't need to put a group set all, right? Automatically
Okay. Running normally, right? Okay.
normal.
Yeah.
Or you write one more row, so include, for example, regression also, right? Smoke also you want to run, just put include.
Yeah.
That's it. You can write multiple include or exclude tags in the same, okay? How many you want, you can run it. So one is failed. That we know, right? What is the reason? So timeout issue, okay?
Yeah.
So now you can go and refresh your browser. This emailable report. So if 5 passed, 1 failed. So included groups, both it is showing regression and smoke. Right? That's the beauty of these reports. Very nice reports, you will get it. So
like we'll need to screenshot this and we will send it like kind of.
you can give this directly HTML, right? You can send this and you can email it to the emailable report, right? This emailable report, you can email it.
Okay.
Generally, you don't need to automatically in the Jenkins, we are going to configure this. Our mail will go there directly.
Okay.
Mail
So
will
no
go.
need of like sending the screenshots and all like.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So whatever the mail IDs you give, that mail IDs it will go.
Okay.
Even you can integrate this Jenkins run in the Slack channel also, Teams also, wherever you want. Automatically, everybody will see, okay, how many are passed, how many are failed. You can see every day. You can track them.
Okay.
You have to analyze. You have to analyze them. So why they are failing? What is the reason for them? You have to analyze. Okay. So any questions?